There are games you love and you can't put down, and there are games you hate and immediately return. There are games that you only break out with your friends, and then for me, there is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Now, initially, when I bought this game, I heard it was good, so I thought, let's give it a shot. I played for 2 hours and thought, not for me. Then, a year later, I heard some people talking about it, kind of got me thinking. I was like, oh, maybe I should give it another try. And I tried it for another couple hours, and I thought, I'm still not enjoying this. So then, another year later, the Netflix series comes out, and I watch that, and I get super hyped, and I say, all right, now's the time to get into this game. And not surprisingly, I did not get into the game. It's now 2022, and I am determined to answer the question, do I hate this game? Due to the fact that I come back to this game every year, I have to think the answer is no. But if the answer is no, I don't hate this game, then what's stopping me from getting immersed in it and losing myself to the experience? And also, what's bringing me back every single year? So, after playing for hours this year, I think I have finally determined the answers to these questions. Number one, this is an RPG that plays like an MMO. Now, there are so many things to learn. You have crafting, alchemy, fighting, skills, combats, mutations, gems, potions, all like, and the list goes on forever. And it's so much stuff that when I started playing, I would just shut down and stick to light attack and igni and just set people on fire. And as you can imagine, that made combat pretty difficult when you're only willing to do two moves out of this unlimited span of things that you could be using. Two, the combat, and I stand by this still, feels very clunky. And that's not to say that animations aren't smooth, because they are, but it's the actual fighting part that I think feels a bit on the clunky side. Sometimes when I swing to hit someone, the attack just misses when I swear it passed right through them. Sometimes when I'm blocking, it'll still hit me, and I think that has something to do with the fact that I can't tell really well if attacks are blockable or not, and there's no way for me to tell that before the enemy swings at me. Sometimes Geralt will take out the wrong sword when fighting a monster versus a human, so that's kind of annoying, and I think ultimately a big part of the combat problems in this game are due to the fact that the character actions are different whether you're in combat or not. The literal buttons change their function depending on when you're in combat, and I think that just maybe it confuses me. Sometimes I don't think it registers quick enough that I'm in combat, and I try to do some other action that is not exactly what I'm trying to do, and I think that's what results in me feeling like sometimes the buttons that I'm pressing are not the actions that I want to be happening. And number three, another ginormous thing in this game that just bothers me to no end is the tediousness of certain elements in the game. Oh, my sword broke, I gotta go get a new one. Oh, my armor broke, let me go back to the village and get it repaired. Oh, I need more crafting items, let's go spend a bunch of time picking through flowers in a field. Oh, my inventory's full, I need to go spend the next hour doing storage management. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I feel is the worst part about MMOs, because they're a time sink and you don't really get any reward for it other than just getting your character back to where he was an hour before that, right? So if I am fighting someone and my sword breaks and then I have to go repair it or get a new one or whatever, I'm wasting a bunch of time getting a new sword to fight the same enemy that I was already fighting. So just that kind of stuff I think is very tedious, and I think it draws me away from the game sometimes and adds to the overwhelmingness of things that you have to do and have to learn in the game. So what keeps drawing me back? Why do I keep coming back to this game if there are things that I clearly don't like and I clearly don't enjoy? There's got to be something that just reels you back in. Because here I am. Number one, and the biggest thing in this game, I think, is the story elements are fantastic, period. I am so captivated by the story, and even a lot of the side quests I'm very captivated by, and I really want to see where they go and watch the story unfold. There's endless lore in this game, and all the characters you meet along the way feel like they have actual backstories and motivations. I mean, even beyond what the game specifically tells you. Two, once you do finally learn the bazillion mechanics of this game and get a better grasp on the crafting and alchemy and those kinds of things, then the game really opens up dramatically. You can find a monster and find out its weaknesses, prepare for it, and it's actually pretty rewarding to take it out. And I think this actually helps with not making the combat feel so clunky because you're using your knowledge more than brute force of trying to take enemies down, and you don't spend as much time light attack dodge, fire, light attack dodge, light attack dodge. It's you set up bombs, you set up traps, you use poisons and oils, and you don't have to do that nearly as much, and it really actually makes it a fairly rewarding experience. Number three, this game actually does look beautiful, and it makes questing and exploring really fun and interesting the whole time. I mean, the sheer number of quests alone is enough to be impressed on, and I think this is actually one sense in which being kind of like an MMO with endless quests actually serves in its favor for all the players. This year I've played well over my usual 2 hours per year in The Witcher 3, and while it may not be my favorite game of all time, I definitely appreciate it a lot more, and I certainly see why other people are such diehard fans of the game and the series. And I look forward to growing my enjoyment of the game, and maybe I'm even excited for the next installment in the Witcher series. So for now, this has been my experience with The Witcher 3, and I hope that you have enjoyed the video, and if you have any thoughts or comments on the game, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear them.